You ever have one of those days where your body just decides to go rogue? I'm talking about standing perfectly still in your own kitchen, and then the leg gives out. You go down, not with a bang, but a confused thud next to the dog bowl. Or you try to tell a simple story, and your brain just buffers, like the Wi-Fi between your thoughts and your mouth dropped to 1 bar. It's equal parts terrifying and a little ridiculous. You trip over a perfectly flat floor. You lose your keys while they're in your hand. Your hand starts buzzing like a tiny, angry bee. If you have MS or another chronic illness, you know this question intimately. Why me? But what if we tried a different question? Why not me? That little shift takes the power back. Let's be real for a moment. Asking why me is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of being human. Our brains are magnificent, pattern-seeking machines. We're taught do good, work hard, get rewarded. Cause and effect. So when something like MS comes along, it shatters that tidy equation. There's no cosmic spreadsheet where you earn this. It's just life. Think back to the day you got the diagnosis. For many, it feels like a door slamming shut. Or maybe it was the first major relapse. You're in bed, watching the world go on without you. Why me? You scroll past beach trips, marathons, dancing, and you're just trying to shower. The gap feels like a canyon. Here's the thing. Why me is a trap. It points backward and keeps you stuck. It drains the energy you need. It makes every step 10 times harder. Now, let's try on the new question. Take a deep breath. Say it out loud. Why not me? It lands differently. It doesn't demand an answer from the past. It dares you to look at the present. It's a verbal shrug. Life is chaotic for everyone, just in different ways. Nobody gets a free pass. Some get money trouble. Some get heartbreak. Some get weird uncles at Thanksgiving. And you got a quirky nervous system. Asking, why not me, is radical acceptance. Not liking it. Not being happy about it. Just being honest. This isn't toxic positivity. Look the diagnosis square in the eye. Okay, you're here. You're part of my story now, so what are we going to do about it? It shifts your role from victim to protagonist, from powerlessness to agency. This question reconnects you to humanity. Hardship is human. You're not uniquely unlucky. You're a person. Ultimately, why not me is strategic. It stops the endless reason hunt and frees up energy for what matters. Arrange furniture to trip less. Explain brain fog at work. Find joy, laughter, and purpose. When MS arrives, the narrative is loss, certainty, ease, even blissful ignorance about Myelin. But in the middle of all that, you gain skills, real, hard-earned ones. Think of them as accidental superpowers. Before MS, 5 minutes late was a crisis. Now, a walk to the mailbox without bees in the legs. That's a great day. Remembering all 3 grocery items? A triumph. You start finding joy in small victories. You appreciate the quiet moments of feeling normal. Your life becomes puzzles. Jar won't open, hand won't grip. You iterate until you solve it. You budget energy like a CEO. You plan, adapt, and improvise. You're innovating. Walk through chronic illness and you see pain differently. You listen better. You help faster. Lower tolerance for the superficial. Higher value on real connection. You become a better friend, partner, human. MS can isolate, but the compassion it forges builds more meaningful relationships than ever. You're being forged in a fire you didn't choose, and you're coming out strong. While walking through a crowded store and bam, your foot drags, you knock a display over. Cans go everywhere. For a split second, you want to vanish. Then you breathe, crack a smile, and say, I really know how to make an entrance. You pick up cans. Someone helps. Mortification becomes human connection. Maybe you were a marathon runner. Now a walk around the block is your marathon. Maybe you left a high-stress career. You discover painting, gardening, passions you can do from a chair. You become the friend who listens. You start a blog. You connect with people worldwide. A relapse knocks you down. Weeks blur. Then one day you cook. Next week you walk. Each step back is a victory. You've been through the storm, and you're still standing. This lived experience gives you a quiet, unshakable confidence. This isn't the life you planned, but you build a new one, piece by piece. That is the art of the comeback. Each small act, getting up, laughing off a stumble, finding a new passion, adds up. Okay, let's get a little nerdy. Promise, no pop quiz. Neuroplasticity. Your brain isn't fixed. It's a dynamic city map, constantly rerouting traffic. Learn a skill, practice a thought, adapt to a challenge. Your brain physically changes. Use pathways and they strengthen dirt path to paved highway. MS can create roadblocks. The brain searches for detours, rerouting signals around damage. Write with your non-dominant hand. Use memory aids. You help your brain build new pathways. Pivot from why me to why not me. You carve a more helpful default route. Stuck in stress, fear, anger, cortisol floods. It blocks clear, creative thinking. Add tiny positives. Laughter releases endorphins. Gratitude shifts your brain into an open state. So laugh at a clumsy moment. Take note of a small win. You're doing biological self-care. Resilience is neuroplasticity in action. It's your brain rewiring, plus it's your chance to feed it helpful signals. People with MS are pros at constantly adapting, which makes you the avengers of neurological plot twists. A diagnosis can feel like a new identity. The label gets big and loud, threatening to overshadow who you are. People may treat you with kid gloves or pity. You may start to see yourself that way too. Your world can shrink to symptoms and appointments. It's a heavy label to carry. But MS is something you have, not who you are. It's a chapter, not your entire book. You're still the person who loves bad sci-fi, makes great lasagna, tells terrible jokes. You're a parent, a child, a sibling, a friend, a reader, a dreamer, a thinker, an artist. MS may change the how, cane, rest planning, but it doesn't have to change the who. You are still the one walking the path, even if it's rockier. The person matters more than the terrain. Say it out loud. I am a gardener, a loyal friend, a fan of loud music. I am funny. I happen to have MS. Your life is a rich tapestry. MS is one thread, sometimes scratchy, but never the only color. Here it is, the big reveal, the shift from why me to why not me. It's not pretending the hardship doesn't exist. It's choosing to reclaim your power. Focus not on what was taken, but on what you still have. Be the hero of your own story, not the victim. This question is a tool, a key that unlocks a different mindset. It won't cure symptoms, but it can transform your experience of living with them. Permission to live a full, vibrant life alongside MS, not in spite of it. Find humor in the absurd. Celebrate the smallest wins. Share how you turned frustration into grace. You light a path for someone else. Join this quiet rebellion. Whenever why me comes up, pause, take a breath, and ask, why not me? Drop a comment below. Tell me when your why me turned into why not me. If this helped, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs a mental shift today. By the way, this is the first video without music. What do you think?